Have you ever looked at a penny from the 1970s and wondered if it could be worth more than just 1 cent? The 1976 Lincoln cent is one of those coins that seems ordinary at first glance. But when you look closer, it has a story tied to an important era in American history. Some examples are still worth just face value, but certain ones in high grade or with errors can be worth far more to collectors. Today, we're going to explore the 1976 1-cent USA coin in detail, looking at its design, history, how much it's worth, and how you can sell it if you happen to own one. Welcome back to the channel, where we dive into the fascinating world of coins and uncover the stories behind the money in your pocket. If you love coins, history, and learning what makes ordinary change special, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. Now, let's take a closer look at the 1976 Lincoln penny. The 1976 penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which began in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. This replaced the wheat reverse design that had been in use since 1909. On the obverse or front side of the coin, you'll find the familiar bust of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner back in 1909. The portrait shows Lincoln facing to the right, with the word Liberty to his left and the motto, "In God We Trust," above his head. On the right side is the date, 1976. And below it, a mint mark if the coin was struck in Denver or San Francisco. If there is no mint mark, it was made in Philadelphia. The reverse of the coin, designed by Frank Gasparo, features the Lincoln Memorial. In Washington, D.C., at the top is the motto E Pluribus Unum, and just below is the large lettering United States of America. Centered above the memorial is the denomination, 1 cent. A neat detail that many people don't notice is that if you look very closely at the steps of the memorial, you can actually see a tiny engraving of the statue of Abraham Lincoln seated inside. This detail connects the obverse portrait to the reverse design in a clever and symbolic way. Now let's put this coin into historical context. The year 1976 was a big one for the United States. It marked the country's bicentennial, the 200th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Special designs were made for the quarter, half-dollar, and dollar coins that year, featuring commemorative images celebrating the bicentennial, but the penny, along with the dime and nickel, kept its regular design. Even though the Lincoln cent didn't get a bicentennial makeover, it still represents a coin from a landmark year in American history. Millions of Americans saved coins from 1976, simply because of the date and the patriotic celebrations happening across the country. In terms of composition, the 1976 penny was struck in the bronze alloy used from 1962 until 1982. This mix contained 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving the coin its classic reddish-brown appearance. Each coin weighed 3.11 grams and measured 19 millimeters in diameter. This high copper content makes pre-1982 pennies interesting because their melt value in copper alone has sometimes exceeded face value, although it's illegal to melt them down. The U.S. Mint produced huge numbers of 1976 pennies. Philadelphia struck over 4.6 billion with no mint mark. Denver struck around 4.2 billion with the D-mint mark. San Francisco produced proof coins for collectors, with over 4 million made. Because of these massive mintages, most 1976 pennies are still common and easily found in circulation or in coin jars. So what are they worth today? For most circulated 1976 pennies, the value is just 1 cent. They're simply too common for worn examples to be worth more. However, coins in better condition can bring small premiums. A lightly circulated or uncirculated coin might be worth between 10 and 50 cents to collectors, and some nice mint state examples can sell for $1 or more. The real value lies in coins that are preserved in high-grade condition or that have special features. A 1976 penny-graded MS67, read by PCGS or NGC, can sell for hundreds of dollars at auction. Collectors prize copper coins that have retained their original red luster rather than turning brown with age. You'll often see Lincoln cents described as ROD for red, RB for red-brown, and BN for brown. Red coins are the most valuable because they look closer to how the coin appeared when it was newly struck. Proof coins from San Francisco are also collectible. These coins were specially struck for collectors using polished dies and planchets, resulting in mirror-like surfaces. A proof 1976 penny is worth only a few dollars in average condition, but perfect or near-perfect proofs graded PR69 or PR70 can sell for significantly more. Error coins from 1976 are another area of interest. Some examples include off-center strikes, double dies where lettering or the date looks doubled, and coins struck on the wrong planchette. For example, a penny accidentally struck on a dime planchette would be smaller and thinner, making it very rare. Depending on the error, these coins can sell for anywhere from tens to thousands of dollars. If you own a 1976 penny and want to sell it, The first step is to evaluate its condition. Look for sharp details, original red color, an absence of scratches, or where if you suspect it's a high-grade coin. You might want to send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. This will give it an official grade and place it in a protective holder, which increases buyer confidence and can raise the selling price. You can sell your coin in several ways. Local coin shops are convenient for quick sales, though dealers will typically pay wholesale prices. Coin shows are another good option because you can compare offers from multiple dealers. If you want to reach a broader audience, online platforms like eBay and heritage auctions are excellent choices. Just make sure to take clear, high-resolution photos of both sides of the coin to show its details and condition. For lower value coins, selling in bulk might make more sense. Collectors sometimes buy rolls or bags of 1970s pennies for searching, especially if they are looking for high-grade examples or errors. For higher value coins, professional grading and auction sales are the best path. Even though most 1976 pennies are worth just a cent, they still carry a piece of history. They remind us of America's bicentennial year and the ongoing legacy of Abraham Lincoln on our coinage. They also reflect the era of bronze pennies before the big change in 1982, when the mint switched to a mostly zinc composition. In conclusion, the 1976 Lincoln cent may be common, but it's far from boring. Most are only worth their face value, but some, in mint condition, proof strikes, or error varieties can be worth much more. Whether you're a new collector, someone who enjoys saving coins from special years, or just curious about the change in your pocket, the 1976 penny is an interesting piece of U.S. coinage to appreciate. If you enjoyed learning about this coin and want to discover more about the hidden treasures in everyday money, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!